Alright, welcome to an new unboxing with my Yeti. Stealing this from another video caster. In my case, it's full of instant coffee. Doesn't taste that great, but hey, when you're trying to stay awake, it can't hurt. So, here's a new box. And you may not be able to read it, but it's from DVG. I think we know who they are. Danvers and Games. And I have a really good sense. This is my Kickstarter for Warfighter. Both Mediterranean and North Africa, which I did a while back. They've had some good Kickstarters too, Spruance in the past, Spruance Leader, and definitely looking forward to Stuka Leader here soon. So let's go ahead and get started. Try not to destroy anything. Operating a knife while on camera. Yep, I see a British soldier and the word Tobruk. Let's see. Wow. Guess they did a good job of packing this here. Embarrassing to cut myself on camera. There we go. Think we can dispense with this for now. Alright, let's see what we got coming out of the box. We have, yes, World War II North Africa combat game, Warfighter. Here we go. So that's game number one. Pretty heavy. And then facing the other direction is Warfighter Mediterranean. Looks like we got a German Fallschirmjäger on it. And a map of Sicily in the background. Let's go ahead and get the box out of the way here. So I guess I can do both. So here we are, the new Kickstarter. I just got the base games. I didn't get the extensions. Probably what I've done with the other ones too is I spent the time, I just bought their Vassal mods on top of this. Because these would be really intense to make Vassal mods for. So let's look at the first one here. I think this one chronologically comes first. North Africa. First again, let's see what we got. Warfighter North Africa. You and up to 5 friends. Combat missions. Enemy soldiers are not really... I'm assuming it all takes effect in North Africa. And then they said there will be expansion packs. We can tell by the pictures it looks like desert combat here. 280 cards, 606 sheets of counters, 4 dice, and a mounted display. Okay. Okay, so let's look at the other one. I think we're going to see similar. Got 280 cards, 6 sheet, 4 dice. Pretty much the same. I think the only difference is going to be the cards and the counters. And if you look at some of these counters, some of these cards here, it looks like, yeah, this is probably applying to Sicily and maybe Italy. The combat there. So let's look at North Africa first, see what's in the box. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull my knife out again. I need to get a smaller knife for this. Don't want to hurt anything. There we go. That should be good enough. Let's get this out of here. And let's see what we got in Warfighter North Africa. Okay, there's our British Tommy on the cover, defending Tobruk. Alright, oh, look at this. Yeah, I've been reading about this. These look like the, oh, that's serious binding here, too. This looks like the common unified, I think it's called unified on the website, Warfighter rules, and you see, well, Modern's already out, World War II is out, Cold War, I guess they're going that way, they're going fantasy, and then looks like sci-fi too, so we got whole other ones. This one's dated August 2022. Sure, you can go online and get the latest if they're living rules from the DVG website. 97 pages. Looks like starting at page 60, they're just talking about the different versions. So rules themselves, I think it's 58 pages. We'll do a quick page through here. Hopefully y'all can see that. Game overview. I know in the past I've read that DVG rules are a bit, they're not as structured as they could be. We'll see if since this is unified across all products, that's good that it's one source. We see the different types of cards, skill cards, weapon cards, timer. Oh, this is still, okay, here we go. Mission setup. Yep. Select your mission card, standard, escape. Then here we got Shadow War missions, medals, expansions. Yeah, they have to cover everything here. Russian MiG hangar, sounds like special ops. I got an airborne mission here. Yeah, some of these probably wouldn't apply to World War II. Canine mission. Dogs. Spiders. Well, let's avoid those. River crossings. Jungle. There's British. This is pretty all-encompassing, this system now, with everything they're doing. World War II, Cold War, and modern. And then we got sci-fi and fantasy. I guess they're explaining the cards here. Yeah, weapons cards. Equipment cards. Okay. Reload, fire mode, bolt, burst, auto. Kevlar armor cards. Okay. Then purchasing, service records, skill cards. Pretty glossy, thick set of rules here. I'd be tempted to read these. I normally do PDFs on a tablet. Support action cards. And finally, here we are, page 35. We've got to the sequence of play. Roll for environment. Suppress, move, attack. Soldiers may freely do the following activities. And then the hostile turn. Okay. Procedural, that's what you expect with solo games. Does that actually, roll for environment? Okay, I guess we're talking right into the actions here. They got an example, that's going to be helpful. Yeah, here's environment. Location cards. Hostiles out of your cup. Doors. Nice, I guess you can do special ops attacks. Obstacles. So if I just wanted to play World War II, I would say there's some rules in here that don't apply. Hopefully there's a way to know. Here's hand-to-hand combat. Shadow attacks. Let's see. Oh, now we're talking. Oh, we're already page 50. So we talk about the expansion packs. Event cards. Soldier wounds. And complete the objectives. I think we're close to the end of the rules. So they aren't too much. I mean, 60 pages, but we've got examples, we've got graphics. Spent a lot of time just going over the different types of cards, etc. And then it looks like we're breaking down by... This is Shadow War, I think. Just by the color of the cards. New counter types. I guess I just don't see... Oh, Shadow War. Hostiles. There we go. I should be looking at... Yeah, Shadow War. So here we're getting probably game-specific Shadow War soldier actions. Shadow War night activity. A lot of stuff here in Shadow War. Then we got PMC, private military contractors. Don't have that one. But I think that's modern. Let's see what we got here. Then we got OK Fantasy. I haven't seen any products on this that I know of, or Kickstarters, but looks like they got the rules in here for it. I'll have to look at their website and see. what their pipeline is for the fantasy. Or I missed it and it's already out. Metal cards. Metal? Looks like it's going down a... Here we go. Undead alternate World War II setting. Okay. I'll look at that. And vehicles. Nice. Okay. Vehicle cards. This looks like good solid World War II stuff here. Optional rules. Travel between settings and eras. World War II Pacific soldiers to Europe. Or to modern day time. What is it? I'm going to simulate sci-fi time travel. What would happen if a Sherman tank went back in time to the English Civil War? I don't know if you could do that. That's the old, what happens if Napoleon had a B-52 when he invaded Russia? That was a Saturday Night Live skit. Looks like you can mix and match. Town cards, campaign setup. Expansions again. So we're at page 94, and then they've got an index. Doesn't look too detailed, but I guess it would be a good starting point. So, series, yeah, combined rules now across all the warfighters. May make learning it easier. So let's look at some other stuff. And when we get to the Mediterranean, we won't look at these again because I'm assuming it's common. February 2022, warfighter card and keywords. Looks like they're explaining the words here. As you use the cards, they're giving you more detailed explanation. Hope there's a PDF version of this too. Overkill, penetration, etc. I'm going to have to carve out some time this year to get into this system. Especially since they've somewhat unified the rules, so if you learn one, you learn them all. And I'm actually would be looking forward to the sci-fi. I mean, the fantasy's okay. Well, modern era too. I haven't seen any of those. So, and here's your mounted map board. And I think it's a standard. I think this is a standard kind of map board functionally across the different games. They obviously just do a different background. Yeah, this is all for cards. I don't want to take too much of this out. It's a little wide here. But you do get that North Africa theme behind it. Yeah, and I think anybody who's been doing other Warfighter games, this layout is pretty similar. It's more theme-based. So that's good. Alright, and then these look pretty standard counters here. I would imagine they're same between the games so far. I mean, ammo, soldiers, looks like World War II. Canteen, objective hostile. Yeah, pretty standard there. Rifle grenades. So this, you know, some of the weapons are probably World War II specific, although it looks breaching doors. Already okay. Not seeing anything really unique. I'll bet you when we look at the other Mediterranean, it's going to be very similar because fuel, foxholes, biped, mortar shells, grenades. Yep. More grenades. Nice thick, though. I didn't stop to say, yeah, these feel pretty heavy and thick. And it looks like, nope, you're not going to have to cut the corners. I don't know about little nibs inside. They're not falling out, so they're held pretty well. And here comes some more. Yeah, it looks all pretty standard. I guess the uniqueness is going to be in the cards mainly. Speaking of which, yep, here are the dice. Oh, I'm assuming 3 D10s and a D6. There you go, 3 D10s and a D6. And then, at least for this one, this is a German hostile deck. I don't know what kind of makes it unique to this game as opposed to the other ones. It's Warfighter World War II. Frontline German hostile deck. That may be standard. I'm not terribly... Oh, and here's elites. Cover me, actions. I'm not going to open them up right now yet, but machine gun nest. Yeah, here's your average kind of weapon. Hopefully the glare is not too bad. Attack range 0 to 2. The combat result 1, 2. Penetration. Okay. German hostile deck. Does that mean you can only fight as the Allies? I guess based on the picture. Again, German hostile deck elites. Cover me. This is probably an activity here. I may perform one attack without spending an action, etc. Again, marked as a hostile deck. And here we got North Africa action decks and situation deck. Remove up to, yeah, it looks like you're only fighting as the Brits or the Allies in this one. At least I'm seeing, that's what I'm seeing here. So these are actions, more actions, it looks. Yep. And then a situation card here. Eagle, 2 hardies. Oh, this is a person here. Okay. I may go back and look at the rules here. Because like I said, I've got these warfighters, but I've never taken the time to really deep dive them. So, and for those of you who've done this, this is all pretty standard probably. Let's take a look at the other one here real quick. What I'm expecting probably is the map will be the same. It's just going to have a different theme. I would imagine it's a total set of, these rules look pretty unified for any game in this situation. So I'll be interested to see the cards. What kind of cards? Because we had German hostile here, and you know, as we see, we've got a Tommy on this, not a German. So I'm assuming this is mainly the British. Each player takes on the role of a soldier. Special mission. Game controls the anyone's. Yeah, I'm not. There's a copy. Steady copy. I'm not seeing anything saying it's just British, but I don't get a feel for this one that you can play the Germans, because this looks like a German. Actually, this looks like a German Fallschirmjäger paratrooper based on what they're wearing. So let's see if I can. Yeah, they don't really say anything specific to the theater. Well, I mean, I'm assuming that's Italian. So I kind of get the feel that this may be this may be from the German point of view. Yeah, Beretta machine guns. Oh, these are all Italians. So I'm assuming you can play the Germans and the Italians in this one. So anything that's similar, I'm gonna just kind of jump over here. Again, kind of heavy. There we go, Unified, August 2022. So that's pretty much the same here. Got another one of these. Yep, here's the Feb 2022 keyword definitions. And let's see if the theme has access here. Or Italian, actually. Yeah, it kind of looks Italian. If I'm reading this right. Let's see what the other one does. Yeah, those look like Italians. Yeah, that helmet. I wonder if you only play the Italians. But why would you put a Fallschirmjäger on the front? Again, these are pretty much, they look identical to the previous one. And the uniqueness will come in the cards and the theme of the board. Yeah, these all look pretty much the same. I don't have potato mashers, so I don't know if that's just a standard grenade symbol, make printing easier. All of that looks the same. And here are the cards. And survey says, yeah, UK hostile deck. I wonder if you can mix and match between them. If I could take the hostile deck here and the Italians and play them in North Africa. This is Italy. So it begs the question, why would you put a German on the cover when this is mainly Italians? Service record card. Okay. Action deck, UK hostile deck. It's only one. Centiglia. They're using Italian on all of these. Mediterranean action deck. Yeah, there's the Italian flag there. So my guess is Med focuses on the Italians. We'll look at the website here in a second here. Then Italian weapons. Substandard. Well, that's kind of appropriate. So we've got Italian weapons here too. And we do have the 3d10 and 1d6. So, yeah, it looks like the only thing... And see, what I'm wondering is if these decks are interchangeable between the games. If I'm playing World War II and I want to fight against the Italians, I know I don't have the other two warfighters up. I know I have the one with the U.S. Could I play the U.S. against the Italians? Or could I play as the Italians against the U.S. by bringing in other decks? Anybody knows that? That'd be cool to put that in. But based on what the rules say, you can take them between eras. So I could do Special Forces Modern Ops against a German whatever in World War II. I guess that would be for time travel scenarios. I've read some sci-fi where they say, you know, this kind of unit goes back in time to Roman times and goes from there here. Yeah, I don't see... I'll have to look at that some more. But if that's the case, then you got a whole bunch of flexibility. I mean, Cold War could be Vietnam. Take a Vietnam company going back in time to fantasy here, or sci-fi fighting, you know, whoever, the Germans or the whoever in World War II. It's interesting. I have to look at that. So, that's what you get. Pretty standard. Like we said, the rules are the same. And that handout about keywords. The counters pretty much looked identical, I would imagine, between eras. The counters are different. And then, of course, the cards are unique to that period. So, and I know there's a boatload of expansions. I haven't even looked at that, but let's go ahead and look at the... I've got the BGG site up here. Let me see if I can get that working. Boom. Yeah, it looks like that worked. Okay. Keep my droid cam up. So yeah, this is the site here for the Mediterranean one. There we go. The core game gives you a full team of Italian soldiers and a full set of British hostiles. Each expansion then adds to these sets. Now, can you mix and match? That would be my question. So with this one, you're pretty much playing the Italians against the British. Okay, 600 sheets. Compatible with all other, especially Europe, Pacific, and North Africa core boxes. So I think that's telling you, like if I'm doing World War II, I can mix and match. So it is a system, and I can use it across World War II, and I'm just getting more enemies here to fight, or different sides to fight against each other. Yeah, there's not much on the BGG site. We can go to their site here in a second. Let's look at the North Africa. See, I'm still wondering, if you get the Italians, that's not an... Because that's not an Italian, that's Fallschirmjäger, I think. Okay, maybe it's Italian paratroopers, who knows. Okay, North Africa. Core Gaming gives you a full team of British 8th Army. And then the expansion adds to this. Yeah, that's where they'll make the money. And again, pretty similar here, setup. So, yeah, so this looks like we got a system, and you're just getting the Italians and British opposition in one, and the British and Axis opposition for the North Africa one. I wonder the whole Warfighter series here. Let me poke out there. Okay, here we are. Okay, I like that bouncing DVG, but how do I get there? Okay. Home. Let me hold on, I'll find it. Alright, here's the BGG site for the core game. The core game and 4 expansions provides you all the cards you need to be American, British, Germans in post D-Day. So that's why we needed the Brits' 8th Army for North Africa. Yeah, and then they got some reviews here, and then there's a whole bunch of, wow, Pacific there. Seeing, yeah, then we got Warfighter Pacific, and then we go moderns. So let's see, I got the core game, then I got Pacific, probably has the Marines and the Japanese. 6th non-player, yeah, it looks like it's mainly the Marines here. Core game gives you a full team of Marines and Japanese hostile. And then you can add expansions. Okay. So I think they just added to the, I think there's a core, Pacific. There may be a quick way to get this. Hold on. So for those of you who don't know anything about this system, and it looks like everything's mix and match, and yeah, if you do go out there and look at all the expansions on their site, it's crazy. Tactical Forces, World War II Tactical Combat. Okay, there's the base game. There's Pacific. And then we get into all the expansions here. So here's Med. And then you see they add Russian Federation. Here's World War II Expansion 3, Germany. Here's North Africa. Then they got expansions for each. I guess it gives them more capabilities. Undead. Yeah, that's an expansion. Vehicles. Maybe there's not vehicles in this one. You have to buy the vehicle expansion pack. There's specific more expansion packs off the bases. So if I had to say what are the base games, I think there's a series. Let me try this one more time. I found it this way before. They do Vassal. Let's see. Yeah, and I've like, this is a whole game. If you just want to play the game on Vassal and get all the rules, you pay them $30. I build Vassal mods. I tried some of these to build them, but there's so many cards, so many permutations, I kind of just gave up and took advantage of some sales and picked up the Vassal mods for games I already had. So I can do that. Here we go. Modern or Warfighter, Modern. Warfighter. I think this is what I bought on a sale. Warfighter Core and all expansions. Don't know what that means there. So if you're into Vassal, that's, oh, here's Zero Leader. So they don't have very many others. They haven't apparently done it for Mediterranean, Pacific, and North Africa. So those are, now we got new base games. So Zero Leader. There's their Air Leader series. Can't wait for Stuka Leader to come out. Alright, cool. So I think we're good. Gave you an idea of the two here. Let me pull that back up on the screen. There we go. So this was an unboxing and a look, pretty much a look at Warfighter in general. Like I said, I've got a number of these. I haven't had a chance to deep dive them, but you do see now you got universal rules, and you can carry them between the different Warfighters, and then each of these base boxes, like World War II, for example. Correct me if I'm wrong, I think now they're at 4. They're at the core one that fights in Europe, I think post-1944. They got the Pacific one that gives you the Marines, and now they have North Africa giving you the 8th Army, and the Italians, I guess fighting in Sicily. I wonder if you could, I guess it'd be an expansion for the Germans, etc. I haven't looked at the expansions yet, but you did see there's a whole bunch. I kind of think that's where they make their money, with the expansions. So And then there is that vassal option if you want to try that also. So anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully, if you haven't messed with Warfighter, this is beginning to give you an idea of the scope, and it's a system. There's a whole modern aspect to it too. I didn't pull a lot of those up there. You saw PMC, Spec Ops, Night Ops, modern combat in general, and it looks like they're going to add a Cold War and a sci-fi and a fantasy line, and then you can use them interchangeably. So again, this is a lifetime of gaming potentially because of the flexibility and environments you can do with the system. So anyway, again, thanks for listening. If you like, click like. Any comments? Anybody who knows Warfighter and can elaborate a little more on maybe some of the ambiguous questions I was left with, that'd be great. And if you haven't already, please click subscribe. See you at the next one.